Can you see anything from there?
Oh no, yeah. I would turn the car upside down, it'd be a little easier.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Yeah, that engine has never ever been apart.
Well, the Buick one?
Yeah.
How do you know?
When I took all the sump gaskets off and cleaned it all up underneath, you can still see the original factory paint markings.
Really?
On the bottom of the block, and they're different colours, and it indicates what the bore size is, down to like 1 thou. Yeah, it's quite mad. All totally original.
Don't see that very often.
No, not on something that old. Hence the 2 inches of crap in the bottom of the sump.
Yeah, that might explain it, mightn't it?
Yeah, I'd almost go as far as to say I don't think they've ever changed the oil, they just kept topping it up. I can't see it not having a gasket on the base. 6 on 7s, on 4s. Pressure valve body, so it does have one.
So if that didn't have a gasket on there, what difference would that make to the
We got a chance of it blowing oil out of there, but I don't think that thickness will make any difference to the oil pressure. It's always, if it builds up too pressure, it pops a spring out.
Yeah.
And lets it flow back into the engine so you don't blow anything up. Got 32 bolts to hold the sump on. Shim washer for the front end. Battery hold downs. We've got to put the timing chain on and the front pulley with the new cogs and chain that we showed you the other day, because your sump bolts up underneath it, and if you look at that, it goes on there like that, and those two are your front sump bolts.
Okay.
So you don't want to be putting that on afterwards, because you've got to slide it on. You don't want to be putting it on when the sump's already on, because it might damage the base gasket.
Okay.
So you're better off putting this on first. So that's what we've got to do, but first of all you can get your camshaft 180 degrees out. Your top dead centre number 1 and number 8 always remains the same, you can't do anything about that. If we look inside there, see that white mark in that little hole?
Okay.
That's your timing mark, that's set at 4 degrees, this is 4 degrees before top dead centre. So it's probably around about on bang on top dead centre there, but it's not that accurate. What you've got to do, see that one and that one, they are your push rod, they're called valve lifters.
Okay.
So they're your push rods, they go up and down with the camshaft, go up the top and move the rocker arms we were talking about. So that can be firing in that position on number 1 or number 8. We need to set it up so it's firing on number 1. So climb in the car. So to me those two look like they're the same distance down, and that one looks further up. So that means one of the valves on number 1 will be slightly open, which therefore means that's firing number 8, not number 1. But we'll measure it just to make sure. They're almost exactly the same. See that one, you got a gap under it?
Yeah.
So that means that's firing on number 8 piston, not number 1 piston. So if we do a revolution on the camshaft, dot there, engine rotates that way. That's worse. You can't do half a revolution, so it can't be that. See, this is a lot easier to work out when the actual cylinder head's on. We'll just check the old timing gears for Woodruff key alignment, but apart from that you can't do it any other way, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you can't put that in any other way, because it doesn't make any difference. The pistons still go up and down at the same rate whichever way the wind blows you. So we'll get our timing chain now. Have a quick look in the book, I think they're 11 teeth apart. We've got one, I haven't got my glasses on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we know they're 11 teeth apart. We get our chain. So there's one marker there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to that one there. And that can pull off of there. We know we're on the inside one. So he goes there. He goes there. Check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we know we're right there. Right, that's that then. Okay. And get some nicotine chewing gum. And then we'll go underneath. Can you see anything from there?
Oh, no, yeah. I would turn the car upside down, it'd be a little easier.
Yeah, wouldn't it? So you got green there.
Oh, right, yeah, I can see.
And just see, where would it be? Around about here somewhere. Red there, just about. That's a double white. Red, blue, red, double white, double red. They're all different bore. No, I need to swallow my chewing gum. They're all different bore sizes from the original when it was factory built. Right, so let's put the oil pump in. That goes that away.
So what's the purpose of the oil sump?
Sump holds the oil, because you need a head of oil as such, you know. And your oil pump sits in that oil. It's driven off the camshaft, rotates and pumps oil, sucks it up from the sump on that floats on the oil to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So that sits in the oil, yeah. The pump and gears in there wind round, suck the oil up there, through that gauze filter, up through the pump, into that hole there, and that's what they call an oil gallery, that bulge in the block there. So it blows it all the way around the engine into the main bearings, the big ends, all the way around. Right, that's the oil pump fitted. And now I've got to fanny around, put the sump gasket up there, balance it up in the hole, and then wiggle the sump in, and then line all the bolt holes up through the gasket and bolt the sump up. This is very, very fiddly and awkward.
I can see that already. Do you want any help?
No, you just got...
Do you want me to hold any bit?
Nah, don't matter, just get it in there. Roughly where it wants to go. Make sure we're right, which we are. Right, let's try that. Just a matter of trying to wiggle everything sort of halfway round out the way, you know. Now we've got to rotate the crank again.
Do we hold it again?
No, that should, well, yeah, just in case it falls out, but it shouldn't fall out now, mate. Sliding?
That's it, it's in now.
Thank you, Miss Patterson.
Thank you.
Alright, so all we want at the moment is just a couple of bolts. Hold the back up and then I can get round the front and wiggle around with that. Once they lay in where they want to go, they pretty much line up, you know.
What a bitch, huh?
Yeah, I've had worse. What is worse is if you're stuck like this and you've got to take the crank out and you're underneath and there's a dripping shitty oil all over you.
Really? Oh god.
I think what they've done, looking at the valve timing, I would say the flywheel's been put on right at some stage.
What tells you, what makes you think that?
Well, that's either number 1 or number 8. They look the same distance down now, but your timing marks aren't in there, which means they put the flywheel on wrong, because you can put the flywheel on 6 different options. But it's not an issue. All we do is set it up top dead centre and put some timing marks here. But you see, it's so much easier to do when the rocker gear's on, because once the rocker gear's on you can wind it over and I know it's firing the right order, 1, 6, whatever the firing order is, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But you know it's all working in the right order then, because otherwise your camshaft timing's out and then it'll bend valves and blow things up. So. Right, a cup of tea and I'll come back and tidy up.
Next week on the workshop.